Today's sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. Jefferson moving in motion left. Throwing is McCarthy. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now McCarthy. And that will be incomplete.
That was the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Love going to break the huddle. Lead the Packers up here. 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30.
Ready.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now. That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Ready?
Love, they go play action now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen, the former 1st-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Ethan Evans on now to punt. Back deep is Tutu Atwell. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season,
It has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's McCarthy. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Open man, that's Felton. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code on that one, didn't he? Deciding to go for it right there.
Oh, yeah. Your side of the field, this stage of the game, you're supposed to punt the football. He said, who cares? I'm going to light the book on fire.
Yeah, analytics, everyone else, be warned. He's coming for you.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. You look at this Packers defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Now he's going to step up and run. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is going to be Packer football.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Here we go. Ready?
They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
2nd down and 4.
Down, switch, yellow, set.
Off the play fake, Love. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Drill green. Ready, hut.
Here's Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Packers at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Ready. Hut.
To the air again, Love. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
To the air with McCarthy. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Throws left side. Atwell's got it. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. McCarthy operating from the gun. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw McCarthy. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing again, McCarthy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set, ready.
To throw now. Here's Love. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Ready.
They'll try and run here with Brooks. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. They'll get this complete to Matthew Golden.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
22. Yellow, 43. Ultra, go out, check white. Ready?
Up the middle with Brooks here. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. That one complete to the gun. Just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole
before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and it led to a really nice game. Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Ready, ready. 10 seconds.
On the handoff, this is Brooks.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jonathan Brooks, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
23 yards, the final tally.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They'll fake it on a jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Here we go. 60 by 6, 60 by 6.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Let's go now. Come on, lady. Pioneer. Let's go.
Back to throw. McCarthy. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Working in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. So the drive will continue. After the conversion on 4th, they'll work from the 20 on 1st down.
70 Lions. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
McCarthy going to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On play action. Now McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Jefferson moving in motion left. Sticking with a pass. Here's McCarthy. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Loss of 5 brings up 2nd and 15. At the 15-yard line.
3, 6, mega. Black shot.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
60 red. 60 hut.
Love looking to throw it. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Blue 30. Hut.
Now Love. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Come on, set, ready.
Love. From left side, it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
At the 40-yard line.
Throwing. Love. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Final play of the half, Love. He's going to take another shot here. And with the clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed, indeed.
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and get them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Ready?
On first and 10, it's Brooks. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch, too.
And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
It's third and 7.
Six, mega. Field, black. Set, go.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
Here we go. Blue, 32. Ready?
On fourth down, Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. second touchdown on the season. And the Packers take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. Throwing is McCarthy. They'll find a man over the middle. 2-2 Atwell. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Here's McCarthy. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. Give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Open man, that's Felton. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that'll bring up second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. To the air with McCarthy. This is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 33 yards that time.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, what was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Point after, right down the middle. And he makes the score 21-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Love now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Jefferson moving in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
And that is incomplete. Out of coverage, a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tutu Atwell. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So they get the score part. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed, they definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Vikings will line up for the two-point conversion.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here we go, set. 52 Blues.
To throw now. Here's Love. Pass caught. That's Golden. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Come on, set. Yellow. Watch. Yellow. 43. Cut.
Here's Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 4 at the Vikings' 47-yard line.
Down. Blue. 32. Steal. Check steal. Ready.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
65 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the fourth quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
10, ready?
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On the double.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
45, Wyatt. Black shot. Set, go.
Looking to throw. Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Bates' kick is good.
And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. McCarthy. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Go check, go check.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Ready? Top 79.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
Over the middle, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Minnesota.
Here's first down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line.
You got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now.
Back to throw.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
31-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's 2nd down and 3.
He's back to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
They have one big call left. Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Mustang 19.
So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty.
That flag that'll push him back 5.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They'll try and throw for it. It's caught at the 1. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. Huge, huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
This one all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Set, hut. Set, go.
Love looking to throw it.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Let's go. Ready?
Love. That one completes illegal.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Here comes 2nd down.
Here we go. 33, red, yellow. Steel, black. Blaster, 6. Ready?
Here's Love. Got a man. That's Leggett.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Ready, set.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
Red, cycle. Black, 40. White, white, 22 needle. Hut, hut.
Now Love.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now 2nd and 4.
Set. Black, 95. Ready.
Love looking to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his heart. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down.
That is caught. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's a handoff to Brooks.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And that is no good. He pulled it just a wee bit wide left.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So advantage Packers here. They'll possess the ball first with a chance to win it here in overtime.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they get the ball first here in this overtime period. Remember, even if they score a touchdown, it's not over. There's always a chance to go and score a touchdown the other way, but they can certainly get a leg up with a solid drive here. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert.
Blue, 32. 6. Mega. Set.
Glove. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31.
Yellow, 22. Ready.
Love going to give it up on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Down. Still. Block 40. Hut.
They run out of the gun with Brooks here. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
33. Yellow. Set. Hut.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
40.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that's a play to applaud, because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Bates' kick is good. And with it, they have taken the lead. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously a touchdown would win it. first throw here in overtime. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met it as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here's McCarthy.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Milton Williams able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Now McCarthy. Completes this to Jefferson.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go and they bring him down. Milton Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
To the air with McCarthy. He's got Atwell. That's complete.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. He'll try and do this himself. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now here's your ball game, down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Some big-time drama as the game continues. They had to have that fourth down conversion. They made it work.
And you and I have both seen play callers' play sheets, right? And a lot of them look like, menus at restaurants. They always have a special section for those plays when you absolutely have to have a first down, a touchdown, a big play. They went to that section right there and dialed that one up.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Second down and 8. To the air again, McCarthy. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
First down line at the 34 here on third down.
Set up. Liking 18. 18, Pioneer.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll take the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. And the Packers are going to win this football game here in overtime. A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on game